Let me get my hair down. Now what? Do you know what will happen if I take it off? Friends, hi everyone, it's Daria and Nikolai from Dream Life Cyprus. We want to tell you about one of the most interesting regions of Northern Cyprus. And this is the Iskele area, famous for its sandy beaches, which we'll consider today. If you have been ever to Northern Cyprus, then you probably already know that the northern part of the island is divided into two most popular regions among tourists. This is the region of Girne and Iskele. Today we will look specifically at Iskele. There are also other regions such as Famagusta, known as a student city. Nicosia is the capital of the island, but this city is not adjacent to the sea, therefore the local population mainly lives there. And the Gizelyurt region is where the main part of garden farms is located. We're on the most famous beaches in Iskele. This is Long Beach. Its length goes from the Karpas to the southern part of Cyprus. This is the longest sand spit. The sand can be said like in the Maldives because it is pure yellow, bright, beautiful sand. Long Beach is also called Little Miami due to the fact that in addition to the beach, there is a complete infrastructure for vacationers. There are hotels, there are shops, there are casinos even nearby, and all restaurants for any cuisine, very convenient. Large parking lots, you arrive and use all the services and the infrastructure calmly. From this place began the development of the Iskele region itself, due to the fame of Long Beach, because in 2015, when we arrived here, there was nothing here that you can see now. Many construction companies have come here and start construction very actively. Over the past 8 years, as long as I have been living here, we can see a very active growth in real estate in this area. Almost every week there are new projects and new objects. Long Beach can be called the heart of Iskele because all vacationers gather here. Due to the fact that the infrastructure is very developed and everything is located near the water. That is why people like to buy property here, because it does very well, due to the fact that tourists will look for property near the beach to live near the sea, and have all the infrastructure, shops, restaurants, casinos. Here you will not find those views that you can be found in Girne. There are high mountains and you can often be on high ground. But here, the most important advantage is convenience and proximity to infrastructure. You just come to rest or move for permanent residence and you don't have to think about how to get to the sea, you have everything within walking distance. Due to this, investors fell in love with this place because it is very convenient and comfortable for tourists here. By the way, if you thought that the city of Iskele this is some kind of big city, then this is not entirely true. The local population here is approximately 22,000 people, but by the standards of the island, this is a fairly large city. And here is what Iskele actually looks like. The city of Iskele is quiet and calm. Here everyone knows each other and lives an unhurried island life. You will not see traffic lights and traffic jams here, but that is why foreigners love this region. We're literally 10 minutes from Iskele. This is Boaz. This is a village with a lot of things to do. Construction is actively progressing here. There are a lot of restaurants. Behind me is a small fisherman's bay. Here early in the morning, fishermen come from the sea with their catch. You can buy fresh fish, or just come for a walk and enjoy the amazing views. Also, this fresh fish comes to one of these fine restaurants behind us. Very tasty fish and a good menu. I advise you to definitely visit these establishments. The peculiarity of the base is that it is located as close to the sea as possible. There are not many lands left in Northern Cyprus that have either direct access to the sea or a direct view of the sea. In Boaz, it's actually 2-in-1. That is, you can have direct access to the sea and a direct view of the sea. What does it give you as buyer? Buying a property here, you are guaranteed to have a good rental of your property. Because people come for the sea. That is, your tenants who live with you. They came to relax on the sea, swim in the sea. Children will play in the sand, and so on. So Boaz is very interesting. Boaz is now very actively developing, because one of the most popular complexes called Four Seasons is located here. They are already starting the construction of the third phase. Also, a large courtyard complex will be built here, already the second phase, which many people liked. And many other projects that are now starting to be built here. This region is interesting both for investors and for ordinary residents who want to come to Northern Cyprus. Iskele is a more actively developing region. Boz is no less active, developing very quickly, but it is more passive, because here, all the same, a quieter way of life. Here you will not find many high-rise buildings. Most of the houses here are 2 or 3-story. There are a few high-rise buildings, but here the rhythm of life is more moderate. Less infrastructure than in Long Beach, but this is offset by the fact that companies are building large complexes that have their own internal infrastructure, which can be swimming pools, pharmacies, shops and more. A big plus is that it is very close to the city of Iskele, literally 10 minutes by car. Here you can buy a boat tour and go fishing. Well, Dasha, is the fish biting? Yes, it is biting. Quiet, don't rush. At least spin it. Spin, spin, come on. After driving only 20 minutes from Iskele, we get to the Bafra village. The English are very fond of it. Here I collected some of the best hotels that are located on the first coastline. Even the government itself marks this region as a tourist region. Bafra is good for those who love a relaxing holiday, come to relax with the family. There are beautiful beaches, in principle as in Boas and Long Beach. But looking at Bafra, it is even more sandy. Investors are also entering this territory, and slowly they begin to build up Bafra. I think that in a couple of years we will see more infrastructure in this area. It is also worth noting, the most famous nature reserve in all of Cyprus is Karkas. It takes about an hour and a half to get here from the city of Iskele. But it also belongs to the Iskele region. On the way to Karpas, you will meet the modern Karpas Gate Marina Yacht Club. Along the way, you'll meet the most diverse and wild and very beautiful beaches and coast of Northern Cyprus. Here is the largest, smooth and very beautiful sandy beach, Golden Beach. Just a breathtaking sight of the turquoise sea, golden sand and a kilometer of spacious beaches. Drove into the reserve, you will be met by local natives, or they are also called customs officers. These are wild donkeys. They expect carrots or cabbage from you, so don't come here empty-handed. And yes, there are a lot of them. A little further on the right side, you will see the famous active monastery of the Apostle Andrew. Here we recommend that you park your car and walk around the small tourist market to drink Turkish tea or coffee. At the very tip of the island, you can take a few selfies with donkeys. By the way, there are also equipped beaches here. You can visit them and swim in the Mediterranean Sea. There is also a Kantara Castle, olive groves, a fig cave, and many historical sites in the Iskele area. When we came here with my wife in 2015, Northern Cyprus looked more like a village. After this long time, I understand those investors who invested here, because we have seen a very large influx of people from 2015 until these days. A lot of people invested in Northern Cyprus. That is, people trusted, or can be said believed, in Northern Cyprus. And those people who have invested before and already in a very big plus. Because the price of real estate has increased, the price of rent has increased. In general, everything has changed a lot. The infrastructure has increased, and we see a large influx of tourists every year. Recently, a new airport has been built. We believe you still have time to invest in Northern Cyprus, because it has a future. Invest your money in the right place. Friends, we want to summarize the Iskele region. What I want to say is that this is a really great potential, and experienced people will always see where to invest their money. Now this region is actively developing, and it is really more interesting for tourists. See what beaches, see how much infrastructure. Of course, tourists will come here. And investing here will be a very good investment. You can always rent out your property because there is a demand for your property here and a really pleasant climate. Fewer mountains, more sand. Here is a more even surface. But everyone chooses what he likes. Personally, we like Iskele more because there are so many sandy beaches. Also in winter, there is a less rain and milder climate in winter. Less rain, less damp, less moisture. And therefore much more comfortable to live in. Nick, what can I say? You and I live in Iskele ourselves. Yes, I've been living here for 8.5 years. Dutch is a little less. Well, yes, we like this region more, it is more comfortable, but of course the choice is yours to make. Children are delighted. You do not worry here when children swim in the sea, because there is a very gentle entrance to the sea. There is a little crime, there are only tourists, a very pleasant place. We invite everyone to a 3-day absolutely free inspection trip, where we will show you Northern Cyprus in all its beauty. We will show you real estate, objects, You will see it with your own eyes. Also subscribe to our Dream Life Cyprus channel, like, write comments. If you are interested in something, please contact us by WhatsApp or Viber. Write to us, I will always answer quickly. See you soon in Northern Cyprus.